Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Grave of Venom again. You might have seen me post yesterday a video showing my stage 6 team, where I was using my best legendaries, epics, and whatnot. And I had a few comments that said, well, why did you show this? Because, you know, you have Metration and whatnot. It was a showcase. Like, you know, from time to time, I'm going to be showing some of my best teams because I want to show the people, you know, what can be done with some better, some better champions, some better artifacts and whatnot. It's not like my account is fully inspired and whatnot. It's just I have some legendaries, I have some artifacts. So that's why I wanted to show my team because I was pretty excited. Did not expect it on, day 3 to do that. However, today we are on day 4 and I wanted to do the opposite now. I wanted to show a team that can do the Grave of Venom, the new Grave of Venom from Season 2, with a more relatable team, I guess, a more free-to-play friendly team. And, well, it's basically this one. And you know what? I feel like almost everybody should be able to build this type of a team, especially because, like I said, we're talking about Season 2. So when you're talking about Season 2, you should already have some epics. Maybe you should even have 2 legendaries, because if you finish Season 1, at the end of Season 1, we get those 10 scrolls that guarantee you every 10 Healer Light summons guarantee a legendary. So what I'm showing you can be replaced with better, with legendaries, with epics and whatnot. However, I wanted to show that it can still be done with relatable heroes, aka I'm using 4 rares and only 1 epic, okay? That 1 epic is Fruitbath, but I have a strong feeling like it does not need to be him. However, the reason why I like him in this pairing and the reason why he works really good in this pairing is because, well, this season we have Lightning and Poison be of the same elemental affinity, okay? So that's why I chose to go with Fruitbath. Then I have Hexandra as the healer. I have Sigrid as one of the DPS, and then I have Irina as the second DPS. And then for a last healer, I actually used Irina. I did this run with Quarian. I did a run with, this second healer, which is Irina, and here can be anybody else, okay? You don't necessarily need to use exactly her. However, it seems like, at least for early on, stage 4, like I mentioned, it can still work with just using 1 tank and then mostly rares. Basically, you want your tank to be pretty strong. That's the main thing, kind of like same as it was last season. You want your tank to be the strongest because he's going to be the one that's going to take all these multi-hits. That also gets in the, the balls, which this time around, these balls, the side minions from the boss, there's there's more of them. There's 4 of them, but it seems like they're a bit squishier. So it kind of looks like it's pretty, maybe not mandatory, but it's really important to be able to have AoE hitters. That's where, people like Arena come in. The fact that Fruitbath does an AoE attack penalty comes in because it makes Sigrid be able to also do that AoE hit. And then when it comes to healers, they can be anybody, but obviously, because we are early on, we will be trying to take advantage of the pairings. That 15% extra HP and defense that we get, plus the other stuff, is extremely important because it can be the difference between you actually being able to do this or not. And the beautiful thing with this is, after you manage to beat stage 4 a few times, maybe you can slowly start pushing to stage 5, and then you slowly start pushing with stage 6, just by getting more and more epic artifacts, okay? Because once you get epic artifacts, they obviously can roll to 16, and they will give you a ton of new stats. So all the team in here, as you see, they're all level 70s, but they're not ascended, okay? They're not ascended to 4-star because it has not unlocked yet, okay? And still, you see the team did well, 3 minutes 27. It worked pretty well, and you can see we get rare gear. We get 3 pieces of rare gear, and then we get some stuff to refine. The refining, it does not work because we need to open the forge. So again, there's quite a few things in there to keep in mind. So I'm actually using Fruitbath's Aura, but if you see that you're struggling to get the accuracy on your people and you're using Sigrid, you can just use her for her accuracy lead. That 30 accuracy lead can be huge early on because, well, when you only need 70, but you maybe do not have that 70 and you might not want to take out of the survivability, that 30 can actually help you a ton. And basically, I did not use any legendary artifacts. Everything that you see in here is just gonna be rare gear and rare or epic artifacts. So let's just go through them one by one. So firstly, Fruit Bath. For him, honestly, you don't really care about this one. Like, it's not priority. The priority number one is going to be for Fruit Bath to be tanky enough. And that's what I did. So I gave him a defense chest on this one, defense % glove. Then I gave him whatever I had with some defense and accuracy, and whatever I had with just accuracy that helps us. I chose to go with the Guardian set because it gives him 15% more HP, so that can give him more survivability. And in order to farm this one, well, you just need to do stage 1, 2, or 3 of the Grave of Curse, which should open on day 4, like the day that I'm recording this. That's how I got it. I just farmed those stages, and I got these ones. And then when it comes to the artifact, I chose to go with the Mask of the Lark because this one gives him flat HP and defense %, but it also gives him this effect that for each buff that he has, he takes 2.6% less damage up to 5 stacks. So basically, he's gonna have 1, 2, 3 buffs on him depending on how many arena lands. But obviously, if you have some other healers that bring more buffs, then this one's gonna be even better. If you do not have any healers that bring buffs that you're gonna be using, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you're gonna use Hexandra and V-Cook. V-Cook also brings some attack penalty. Then this one's not gonna be as helpful, and you would be better off maybe just using the banner because it gives him defense, it gives him HP, but it also gives him more defense % from this effect. So definitely keep that in mind when it comes to Fruit Bath, aka whoever you're gonna use for your tank. Then when we're talking about Hexandra, I just gave her the Luminary Order Gospel for more healing, and then I went with Enlightenment, whatever I had, you know, some survivability. Basically, it doesn't really matter. You just don't want her to be extremely squishy. If you can give her some Enlightenment and some attack to influence her battle skill to heal more, that's fine. If not, just use whatever gear you have just to keep her alive and do some job in there. Then when it comes to Anna, same principle. I gave her the Mirror because this one again can boost the healing if the healed person is under 30% HP. And then the other stuff again, attack % doesn't help her, flat defense, and whatever gear. Just anything that you can give them so they have a little bit of extra stats. Obviously, rare gear is going to be preferred because they can give you more flat or percentage defense or HP than the other ones because, well, it has full 4 rolls available. Then when it comes to the DPS, we have Sigrid, like I said. For Sigrid, I chose to go with the Eyeball because she can do some pretty solid damage on this ultimate, and it also helps dealing attack penalty, but it's not perfect because, well, I did not put any preset. I could change it so that Irina does her attack penalty first, then just before that one expires, maybe Sigrid goes, so I always have the attack penalty up. And that could be something that you guys could do to try and make it more reliable if it looks like it's not going to work, but I don't think it should be that big of a problem. When it comes to gear, I have accuracy on her because, again, I did not know if I'm going to have enough accuracy. I had crit rate on the glove because I managed to get this, but it doesn't really matter. It's like whatever you have early on, just to give some damage stats and some accuracy so she lands the debuff. So that's Sigrid. And then Irina, kind of the same principle. I just gave her the Spiritual Incense Burner because it gives her accuracy, but it also makes her come back to the ultimate faster, which gives her the attack penalty. This early on is going to be impossible to have a perfect rotation with the boss because all the skills together, if you count them, the boss is on an 18-second rotation, and most of our heroes are on a 20-second rotation for the complete recharge time of their ultimate, at least. But the reason why Irina's good, again, is because she brings a pretty decent hit on this one that lands in the area. So basically, she's always going to hit the Harpy and 2 of the minions, either here or there, but she usually hits on this side. But she also lands attack penalty, and, well, she dispels 1 buff, but that's going to be helpful for the Grave of Curse, for example. At the same time, she has this one that's a bouncing attack that basically she's going to do 3 hits on the boss and the side minions, which, again, is going to help you take them down faster. Plus, the passive gives us extra survivability. When the hero deals damage to the enemies by skills, grants a 10% target max HP to the nearest ally. So it's going to be either herself or Sigrid, which is going to allow us to stay alive easier, especially because the boss now has this Wrath of Demon board, which is a full board hit. So that's really important to keep in mind. You need some survivability for everywhere, not just like we had before. We had people place like this. I think it was something like this, this, and then she would go forward, and you know, it would have been the boss only hits her. No, it doesn't work like this anymore because of the way that the boss has that. Everybody gets hit, so you need some different types of healing to keep yourself alive. And then when it comes to Irina's gear, she has attack percent on this one, flat attack on this one, and then again, some attack, some accuracy, some attack, some crit rate. It's not perfect, but it works. And you saw that you need to do, like I said, you need to do stage 4. Then if you see that you can push, maybe you can even push further if you have some better epics, if you have maybe you have some legendaries. Like I said, by this point, you might have legendaries. So just following this concept and seeing that what I did, you can do the same by using better heroes yourself, better artifacts and whatnot. And maybe you can get, like I showed myself, you can get to stage 6. That gives you a higher chance to actually drop the epic gear, because that's the goal, trying to get epic gear. Then as soon as legendary gear unlocks, we're going to try to push and get that one. And again, it's especially Grave of Venom. This dungeon is the priority because it gives us the best sets in the game and the most important ones. But I guess this is going to be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as always. And if you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.